Okay, we can start. Let me start the server. Okay, so today what we are going to discuss means we are going to see how to build the infrastructure using Terraform. We are going to discuss today how to build the infrastructure using Terraform. With that already Terraform installed and you are ready to create your infrastructure. In this tutorial, we will provision an EC2 instance on Amazon Web Services AWS. EC2 instances are virtual machines running on the AWS cloud and a common component of many infrastructure projects. This could be. Now, what we're trying to do that here means to we know that, right? Either we can able to configure AWS access key and AWS user with access key and secret access key we can configure, or else we can configure with the IAM roles. But you guys remember already we use the roles. That's the reason this access key and secret access key is not required for us. We directly using the roles. Compared to this access key, secret access key, these are the static credentials. Nothing but once you added these keys are there for long lasting. But if you think about the security, roles does not contain any credentials. Roles contain STS, so secure token services contains the tokens. Those tokens will be auto refurbished. That's the reason that would be more secure method compared to this one. So, but in this tutorial, we'll provision the resources that qualify under the AWS free tier. That means we'll be configuring the resources, right? Those resources will be available in a free tier only. That means it is not costly. We're not paying any amount for anybody to no amount will be deducted as part of this particular tutorial. Make sure if your account does not qualify for free tier resources, we are not responsible for any of the charges that you may incur. That means absolutely we are already in the free tier account, so we can able to proceed and we can able to do this particular exercise. So what are the things we need to do? First, we'll conclude. We need to write a configuration first in the Terraform. The set of files used to describe infrastructure in Terraform is known as a Terraform configuration. Remember, the set of files used to describe infrastructure in Terraform is known as a Terraform configuration. You will write your first configuration to define a single AWS EC2 instance. Each Terraform configuration must be in its own working directory. Create a directory for your configuration. That means what they're saying is the folder what you're going to create, right? In that folder only the Terraform should be resides. That means each Terraform configuration must be in the its own working directory. That means now last time you guys remember we did one project. So in that project that Terraform code will work. Similarly, the configuration will be different for each and every Terraform code. So I'll be provisioning this. I'm creating a folder. Then we can get inside the folder like this. Then we can able to create a file. Okay, so let will create some file. Touch the file name You guys already remember that always we need to create a file with tf only. The extension of the file will be tf, and if suppose you're creating a main file, that is main.tf. Remember. Okay, so now if you do ls, only one file is there, ls minus al. If you do that, so only one file is there, nothing else is there. Okay. Now let's write a code. I for insert. This is our code. Let me copy paste the code and we'll try to analyze the code. Look at the first keyword is Terraform. It will start. We are aware about that already. Then required providers. We are using AWS provider, and the source of the AWS will come HashiCorp AWS. If suppose it's Azure, HashiCorp Azure, GCP, HashiCorp GCP, Kubernetes, HashiCorp GCP. Like that, things will change. Okay. This block moreover into providers wise. Then post that what version is required version of the Terraform will be 1.2.0 we're using. Then post that, I mean, this is constant. You can fill the above things whatever they write, this should be constant. Then post that here you can see provider and the region we need to configure. So provider we're using AWS, and region we specified is US West -2, but we use different regions. Correct. We can change this code. Let me change this. I am using the region AWS East -2. Let me show that. Can you guys able to see here? Ohio region, US minus East -2. In case you're using Virginia, US minus East -1 should be configured. So I configured this already. US minus East -2. Coming to the next. Here I'm trying to create the resources. Here I'm trying to create the resources. This block is for resources. You can see resource I'm trying to configure AWS underscore instance. Here instance name is app server. That's a configuration name. State file name I should call. Then AMI. I need to put the image name here. But remember the AMI which they are using, this is for the different region. But I am configured here is a different region, right? So one matching AMI I need to pick it up from this region. Okay. So that means here you guys can go to AMIs, or as AMI catalog we can go to AMI catalog. Then can you guys able to see here? This is the AMI ID I'm taking. Similar way in your region also you guys can find this value, copy this AMI ID and you can replace it here. Like this, you can put the AMI ID, then we can able to, here the type is there, instance type, that's t2.micro is there, but let it be that it's a free tier eligible one, it's okay. Then name of the instance we are using is example app server. Remember, name of the one which we are using is example app server instance. Okay, same way we can able to add multiple tags also. Let me add some of the tags. Env environment is equal to dev bu business unit. These are the tags in AWS tags we used to add that one. We can call it as DevOps server usage. Similar way, did you created this with the Terraform code? Terraform true. You want to monitor this server, then monitor true. Like this, multiple tags we can able to add up. Okay, I'm done with the things. I can save this and I can able to proceed further. Okay, let me share the content with you guys. We guys are already aware about that. The first command which we need to run is Terraform init command. Before that, I'll just do ls minus al. Just look at my screen. What is there? So only -tf is there. Other than that, nothing else is there. Correct. But when I run the Terraform init command, there should configure some of the files, some of the folders also. Kind of that is a hidden file or the hidden folder will be provisioned. Let's will verify that. Can you guys able to see here? After I run the init command, it started initializing the backend, and also it started looking at the plugins also. Then the Terraform providers, we added that HashiCorp or AWS, right? Version is greater than or equal to 4.16, so added, right? That is matched. Then it started installing this. You can see this is the version it installed, and installed HashiCorp AWS. This version signed by the HashiCorp. Then look at Terraform has created a log file called .terraform.log.scl to record the provider selection it made above. Include this file in your version control repository so that your Terraform can guarantee to make the same selection by default when you run the Terraform init in your future. Let me see what is there in this file. Look at like this, some data should be there. Who created this means Terraform only provisioned this. After you run the init command, Terraform is configured this particular one. That means first command will be Terraform init.
Why we are using that command cat whatever previous command?
I just viewing the information what it wrote in the file. That file is created, right? In that file, what was stored, for viewing that I use that cat symbol, cat command. Okay. You're talking about this command, right? This one.
Yeah, correct.
So if I run this, because if you see ls minus al, earlier I have only the file called main.tf, correct? After I ran the init command, it was provision one folder, and also it created one file. That's a Terraform log file we used to call. This is the log file. What is there in this file? This file contains the provider information. Provider means right, in the code we written HashiCorp/AWS. So that means AWS is the provider here. If at all you want to run the AWS related plugins are required, right? That was download when you run the Terraform init command.
Okay.
Then what is there in this Terraform folder? Let me see that in that also. It was there provider information only. See providers, some related information will be there in this one. In that let's see providers, registered at Terraform, HashiCorp, AWS 4.6.7, Linux AMD. How did they pick up Linux AMD? Nothing but you see my screen. I picked up Linux server only, AMD server. This is a server I picked up, right? This is a Linux AMD server. Linux AMD 64. Terraform provider. I think that is a file. Okay, like this we can see the path. How did you pick up this everything means from your file only. From your file only, it made this one. Remember. Next, Terraform FMT. As I said that this particular command, what it is going to do means this will going to check the format, the code what you written, right? That format will check if any modifications are there, like alignment. I used to call it as alignment. The proper alignment, indentation in Python or Java programming side, the people used to call as indentation. But that's indentation it will check and it will going to correct that. That is the format we used to call it in the Terraform world. Next, now the this particular one is valid or not, we need to check. That's a Terraform validate command. This will check and give the output as valid or not, the configuration.
So this under this free tier of AWS, we are only allowed to create EC2 instance only, correct?
So like many things we can able to create, but some of them are costly, some of them are free. Even EC2 instance also costly only, but where it's costly means like we use T2.micro, you aware? Except T2.micro, if you use different type, right? That's the place you need to pay the amount.
If at all we want to go ahead with bigger than T2 micro
It's will be
for time
charged.
being like half an hour or so, something in that way, still it will be get charged or how it
Every
is?
second or every minute will be charged.
Okay.
So some of the instance types are there, right? Those will be charged every hour based. Some of the costliest instances are there, right? Those will be charged for either seconds based or maybe minute based.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Apart from EC2, what all things we can go ahead and provision, sir?
Entire AWS.
Give examples. Give examples, sir.
Let me tell. You want to create one IAM user.
Yeah.
For that also can be provisioned using Terraform code.
Mm-hmm.
S3 bucket. You can create S3 bucket using Terraform code. And
Okay.
apart from S3 bucket, you want to create a complete VPC. You want to create VPC,
Mm-hmm.
subnets, root tables, internet gateway, NAT gateway, security groups. Instances also need to provision using that Terraform code means that's also possible. I
Okay.
mean to say, entire AWS account in the AWS account, whatever they write, complete things can be provisioned using Terraform.
Okay. Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Next will be Terraform plan command. What is this command is going to do? This is the blueprint of your data, the code what you written, right? What you're trying to create, right? Those will show using Terraform plan command. It's not created, remember, resources are not created, but if you're going to create how it looks like, that is going to show as a plan. Let me give you a simple example. You want to plan to go to Leh Ladakh. Before going to Leh Ladakh, I mean, before travel itself, you'll decide, right? Like what are the places you want to complete and where you want to stay and what could be the expenditures and along with like how you want to travel. Like this, you have a complete list at least, correct? The basic things how you're going to follow. So those way plan command is a efficient command, so this will going to show complete planning information. So either you're going to do this plan, you're going to follow this plan or not, it does a different one. So but this is going to give us some blueprint. That's a plan command. If you can see this now, let me explore that. You can see I run the Terraform plan command. Terraform uses to select the providers to generate the following execution plan. Resource actions are indicated with the following symbols. Remember, either it should be plus create will be there, plus change will be there, minus change will be there, or the minus delete will be there. Like this, multiple options will get. Plus create, change, delete, modify. Those are the other actions. So you can see wherever you can see plus, that means it's trying to create the resources. See, AWS underscore instance, app underscore server is the name. Then we added the AMI, right? It picked up the AMI. Then post that this all the things are going to create. Remember, this all the things are going to be created, but these all when it's going to know whether it's created or not means after created the server only we can say that. That's the reason they mentioned that noun after apply. Okay. Then similar we can see our type instance type we added, right? T.micro, those is there, and destination check true. Then the tags what we added, you can see all the tags are reflecting here, all the tags are here, tenancy also there. Then you can see complete information is here. Now I think we are good to proceed for apply. It's asking for input. Make sure your input should be yes only. Other than yes, even if you type y also, it never take. Other than yes, if you type something right, it will be considered as a cancelled. Okay. So for example, I'll type y, you can see. Apply cancelled. It's not created. You aborted the connectivity. So that's the reason you always should run yes only. If you're okay to create a resources means you type yes. It's a kind of acknowledgement you can feel. Let me go back to EC2 and let me refresh. Look at present two servers only there. If I refresh, the third server should come. See, example app server instance, running state, t.micro, initializing state. When it was created, there's a time period. And also you want to see the tags, click on the tags. Remember the tags, what you added, right? Key value pairs. Those everything is appearing here. You can remember. Apply completed. You always look for this value. Make sure. What are you trying to add, create? What are the things are going to change? But you should be very careful when destroying something. Destroying nothing but deleting. Deleting is a problematic, right? We need to make sure that something you are trying to delete means you should be very cautious, because once you delete it, that should be problematic. That's the reason. Okay. Now the things are created. This is the instance. That instance has been created using Terraform code. Now you guys can tell me how much time it took to create using Terraform code. If you guys look at this after type the S button, how much time it took to create the instance? Hardly
10 seconds.
10 seconds. But if you think, if you're trying to create the same server manually using launch instance, you click on manually, then if you fill up this all the details, how much time it will take by manual step? As a human, if you're trying to click on launch instance and if you try the same following steps, how much time it might take?
4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes. So which is faster, which is efficient, you think?
Terraform.
Terraform. Then we can get to know, right, why people are crazy about Terraform.
Yeah.
So if you think now, how much time it took to create the server, right? Same time it will take to delete the server also. The time period it took to create the server, same amount of time it will take to delete the server also. So how to delete? Terraform destroy.
Like while using Terraform destroy, we no need to specify server name or any other thing.
Nothing. It will take configuration already there, right? It will take and it will delete. See, want to destroy is there. If I give yes, see, it picked up the instance ID automatically. Let me verify this instance ID and this one. What is there? Correct or wrong? See, 0A9 B01F BE01F. That's the one. See.
No, suppose if we want to delete some particular other server, then how to specify? Because we are just giving destroy, no?
Correct. You think like this. You have a Terraform code you written. Correct. In that code, you are creating 10 servers. Using Terraform code, you're creating 10 servers. But you don't want to delete all the 10 servers. You only want to delete some certain servers only. I assume that only one server you want to delete. Then with the Terraform destroy command, you need to pass an argument. What is uniqueness here? Uniqueness is instance ID. So you can pass the unique ID of the instance ID to delete this particular one only. That in the Terraform world, we used to call it as a target instance or target resources. Terraform or destroy hyphen target is equal to AWS underscore instance is equal to, then if you can pass this ID, it will pick up this ID and it will going to terminate that particular server only, not all.
Okay.
Right now, only one instance only we created, right? That's the reason when I run the Terraform destroy, it picked up only one only.
Okay. Suppose if you want to destroy multiple servers, then can you specify all instance ID?
Not required. You like in that configuration, 10 servers are there, 10 servers, all 10 servers you want to delete means you can able to use Terraform destroy directly as like we use it, right? Same command.
Suppose in 10, if you want to delete some file, then
5 means then you need to pass 5 instance IDs there, comma,
okay.
like that. Specific. What specific
Can you
things you want?
just
Yeah,
ping that comment for multiple?
I'll show that. Okay. Uh, I'll try to delete one particular resource, then we'll tell you that. Okay.
Okay.
So, but this is clear, right? How we can create the resources and how to delete that.
Yeah.
Now we can see our resource has been deleted. But this time took 50 seconds because creation is easy, but deletion will take more time. See. Now, what is importance here means this is important. This is important. What is there in this? In this one, this is the Terraform state backup we used to call. Okay, I think we removed the resources, right? That backup, what is there? Backup. Able to see this? The backup file was there, right? This was our complete information about the instance what you launched. See this one. If you can see the output, Terraform version, these are Terraform details. Mode managed AWS app server. So instance is app server. If it can come down, this is the AMI ID, this is the ARN, associate IP address, which available zones was created. Let me to is 2B is there. Let me see what is where it's created. 2B. 2B, correct. US is 2B. How the server created, all the information will be here only. CPU count is 1, core count is 1, threads is 1. Then similarly, if you come a little bit down, this is the instance ID BE01F. B01F, B01F, correct. Then other than that, status was running that time. Then initiated shutdown behavior stop. Instance type dot micro. Address count 0. IP address 6. IP6 address is 0. Then if you come little bit down, ENI, Elastic Network Interface, private DNS. Like this, I mean, this is the IP address of the server. Like this, multiple information. This is a public IP of the server. Complete information will be stored in this particular one. Where is that? This state backup file is there, this one. Generally, what people will follow in my company and in all the companies, what people will follow means they used to keep this file is there, right? This file they used to keep it in S3 bucket and they're going to enable the versioning for this. If they enable versioning, what will happen means if suppose somebody modified this file, right? If suppose think logically, if suppose somebody modified this file means entire infrastructure gonna change. That's the reason we should be very careful when you're dealing the things with this one. Okay. So uh, what I'll do means I'll upload this to one of the S3 bucket. Okay. Let me see AWS space S3 space LS. Any buckets are there? I'll pick up one bucket and I'm going to store this one. Okay. I'll take this one. AWS space S3 space CP space. I'll take this file. Then in this bucket, I want to copy S3 colon double slash bucket name slash uploaded. Okay. Like this, what people used to do means they write some script. That script will going to pick up the backup files and it will going to upload. So now what is this use of this file means this file only having the blueprint data, nothing but what you created, what was the resources, what was the IP address, what configurations used, everything will be stored in this file. In the interview, they'll ask one question: what is remote state management in Terraform? How do you store the Terraform state files as a backup? Okay, your answer should be remote state management means storing the remote state files securely, storing the state files, Terraform state files securely in a remote location. That could be S3 bucket or maybe GitHub or Bitbucket, any of the place. Okay, that could be your answer. Okay, so I think we pretty much covered on this one.
So other than launching the servers, what else we can use by using Terraform?
Terraform, I said right, using Terraform we can do enter AWS automation. We create
Okay.
S3 bucket, like this many things you can do.
Okay.
Okay. Let me rerun the apply command again. I'll create one more time. Now, next step, what is this next step means? Is it done? Block. Because all the steps be done. Inspect test state. This is the one I said, TF state. This will having everything, IDs. Next, with Terraform show command if I run. Terraform show, SHOW show. This will give the state management, that the complete information will going to show. See, we'll have complete information, what is the things are there, right? This entire things will be showing here. That's a Terraform show command. Is here. Terraform using Terraform show command. The Terraform file is only the way Terraform can track the which resource it manages, and option contains sensitive information. So you must store your set file securely and restrict access only trusted team members who need to manage your infrastructure. In production, we recommend storing your state file remotely with SCP Terraform, or Terraform Enterprise also supports several other remote backends. You can store and manage your state. Okay. So that's the command, Terraform show command. Like this, it will going to show the information. Post that, the Terraform has a built-in command called as Terraform state. For advanced state management, use the list sub command to list out the resources for your Terraform project state. So Terraform state. If I only run the state, it will give some commands. List, mu, pull, push, replace, rm, show, like this it will use. So I can use list. See, it will going to show that what was your resource, what is your provisioned. I provision instance, right? AWS underscore instance at app server. This is the remote for this. Then troubleshooting wise, if Terraform validate was successful and your apply is still failed, you may encountering one of the these common errors. If you use a region other than US, different region if you use, you also need to change your AMI. Since AMIDs are region specific, choose an AMID specific to your region by following these instructions and modify minded TF with this ID, then rerun the Terraform apply command. That's the one problem might occur. The next problem, if you do not have a default VPC in your AWS account in the current region, navigate to AWS VPC dashboard in your web UI, create a new VPC in your VPC region and associate with a subnet with a security group. So that means all the things we need to be take care, make sure. So then like this, we need to be put up the security group and subnet ID, like everything we need to put up. If suppose you are not using a default one means, like if you want to do that means, let me show that where they added instance type. After that we added, okay.
So please share that document, no, sir.
This link I'll share.
Sir.
This, if you practice, this could be enough. Okay. So here I'll put up, where is this AMI? After the AMI, I'll put the VPC, like where you want to create the resources. But before that, I want to go to VPC. I want to capture the instance ID. Suppose I have any custom VPCs are there means I can able to grab that. Let's see. Yeah, I have another VPC, dev VPC. I'll use this to configure. Okay. So I can go here. What is the step dimension? VPC security group IDs. Oh, I need to pass security group ID only. Okay. And also subnet ID. Security group ID, subnet ID. Security group ID, subnet ID. Security group ID, what is there for this particular VPC? Okay, this one I'll use. VPC security group IDs. Then first we'll copy this value. Multiple security groups also we can able to copy paste. Remember, so here bracket like this. If at all I am using both two are using means comma, and to put one more here. Let me see is matching with one more is the same. C12 one more is there. This one default. See, okay, both I'll put like this. Both also can put. Then post that which
I have
subnet
one
I need.
doubt here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, VPC security group ID, it's asking we need to copy paste security ID or VPC ID because their security group ID also there.
VPC security group ID is nothing but only we need to copy security group IDs only. Sorry. My mistake. Sorry. ISG only need to copy, sir, not the VPC IDs. I'm sorry. We need to copy SG only, not the VPC IDs, sir. So here, this is the one. This ID we need to put up. Like this, multiple also can be bonded. I use it only two. So if you want to use multiple, then put quotes in the middle. So with comma, we can use multiple also. Next. So next one, we need to put up subnet IDs. Subnet is anyway only one subnet we can able to provide. So we can able to directly copy paste the subnet ID. So subnet ID is here where you want to create. Is it public subnet, private subnet? We can able to copy paste that. And also I'll add one more tag. VPC custom VPC. Shift semicolon WQ. I can create a resources now. Terraform init. Terraform FMT. Terraform validate. Terraform plan. See, you got the output here, right? One to add, one to destroy. What is destroying? The server already created, right? That is deleting. But what it trying to create? New server it will create. What is the difference between old server and new server here? What do you guys think? What are the things that change for old server to new server?
Security group.
Entire VPC I'm changing. Earlier server
Mm.
was created in default VPC, but new server I'm trying to create a new VPC. Correct?
Okay.
So that means you're trying to change hardware, right? When you're changing hardware, generally server old server will terminate and it will going to create a new server. There is no replacement. It's not a replacement. It's a complete new server. Okay. If I
Okay.
do apply, yes. Now if you look at, it will delete the server and it will going to create a new server. See, shutting down. Once first it will shut down, then it will going to create a new server. Let's will wait. Okay, that's another way. Next, if at all you want to modify the AMI ID, we can able to change the AMI ID also like this. If you modify and if you create, so like this, they modified the AMI ID. You can see while modifying the AMI ID also, what will happen? It will delete the server and it will going to create a new server. Similar way, destroy we already aware about Terraform destroy command. If you run, all the resources will be deleted. Also, we have another option called variables. We can use the variables. Using variables also we can provision the resources. So like this, we can put some variable names like this. I'll create one more file, variable.tf. I mean, you want to specify some dynamic variables means we can use like variable instance underscore name, description, value of the name of the string, type string, default example app server. Like this we given, right? In the server, we'll provide a name like this. See, like this we need to add the variable name in the main.tf form. Vi main.tf. So the last value is there, this one. Instead of directly defining the value, we can delete this and we can pass the variable name like this. Where nothing but variable name. Like this. Like this all the things we can put up as a variable file. Nothing got changed, just name only, right? Name also same only. That's the reason it didn't modified. If I try to put different name, let me in the variable.tf, I'll put a different name. Example app server instance. I modified the name. Let's we'll see now. Terraform apply, Terraform plan. Able to see one to change is there. What is trying to change? Name is only changing. You can see old name is this one, new name is this one. It's trying to change. If I run the Terraform apply, let me first refresh in the AWS console. What is the name is there? You can see example app server instance is there. Let me run the apply command. Then if I refresh, able to see name got changed. Updated with the new name. That is the, I mean, we can do more dynamic with variables also we can use. And also one more concept is there, that is outputs. Means we can able to print the output also. How means, let me show that output. This one also we can able to add. For this we need to create a separate file, vi output.tf, separate file output.tf. We can put this code. Then when I run the Terraform plan, able to see here, it will be printing this one, but the public IP is not printing. There's no public IP this one. Let me see. This IP is there or not first. Yeah, IP is not there, so it's not printing. Private IP. Private IP is there. Let me try to print the private IP. Able to see, guys? It's printing the private IP. Like this, we can able to use this output.tf cat variable.tf cat main.tf. Like this, we can able to create the resources. You guys can explore like a few of the open source, I mean internet. There are how to create S3 bucket, how to create VPC. There are plenty of resources are there. If I found something, I'll share. Anyway, you guys also can do some exercise with related to Terraform. How to create IAM user, how to create S3 bucket, creating VPC, CloudFront. Like this, plenty of options you'll get. You go through those, okay? Okay. Any questions now?
Still anything pending in Terraform?
Oh, that's it only. That much only there. Last remote state is there. Remote state nothing but just storing the things on the backend. I just shown right AWS S3 CP. We can copy this configuration to one of the bucket. That's the one. Many people use multiple ways, but generally S3 bucket is a step-dedicated method where people can able to store the remote state in the S3 bucket. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna share this document with you guys. Once again, you can practice this one.
So after Terraform, what are the concepts still there?
After Terraform, we'll start next class. We'll start monitoring one. That's an AWS. Then post that Splunk, Prometheus, Grafana. Then we have to Kubernetes. This only 4 concepts left out. After that, we have a project.
Okay.
So probably completing this everything another 10-15 days.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. That if nothing, then we'll stop at this test today. Thank you.
Thank you.